Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I wanted to come and say hello. Wish you a good day. I want to pull a few cards. I'm returning to my transcendental psychology. For that is, I'm not doing fortune telling here. For those who know this channel, I'm talking about transcendental psychology. And so the highest wisdom for us today is the understanding, indulgence. It is okay to be indulgent, but we do not want to be overindulgent. So it is about how much do we allow, how much do we tolerate, how much do we compromise with our ego. For the ego is always wants is bent towards pleasure, when the soul is turned towards virtue and love and abnegation. And so it has to be a balance. For what we need to understand is the triumph of the light, the victory over oneself. And so it is by controlling the production of the understanding the functioning of the senses and being in control, returning to become the master of oneself, the master of our senses, that we become triumphant. What we need to do is make a choice. It is important to make a choice. Choose. And so as we make higher choices, we have higher results. And the general message, the key, and the general message is abundance. For once we liberate those limited, once we let go of many restricted beliefs that we have about so many things, we can see that we were destined to be triumphant within the light and return to that sphere of joy and happiness and serenity and peace of mind. And so, but it is a long road. It is a long road. I'm going to pull out 5 cards from the Akash to see what. For the Akashic cards to see what they may trigger today. So past, present, future. In the situation that is now, the past is Atlantis. Atlantis is the past. It is the forgotten past, the memory that has been forgotten, but God has not forgotten. We have we have through our DNA, many things, many memories are being released now. What is happening now is the baby, so it has to be about a rebirth, or a birth, or a rebirth. But it is completely a renewal, something completely new that is coming. It is, although we still see the old, the old is still present. We do not, we know we want to move into the new. And what is coming in the near future is finance. For finance was finance is freedom also. So it is about. Having a good sense of understanding that if the master of wisdom teach that if fortunes comes to you, do whatever you please, but if your heart is worried, do not it will count for nothing. So it is about being able to utilize it for the highest good and enjoying this abundance of finance in sharing. For what we're learning right now, the process we are learning through is the wish. So whatever that means to you, but we have made certain wish, we have made certain contracts, soul contract, and as we have to figure out what they are in order to align with them. And so it's very personal. And the outcome to all that is the healer. So the healer is really the outcome. For once we are healed, we are whole, and once we are whole, we can discover more. And so the healing, the thing is, in order to heal, we need Jacques Lacan, because there was in 20th century was like very much into pharmaceutical. Rather than trying to heal, we're gonna drug, we're gonna medicalize. It's more profitable. But if we do want to take care of ourselves, we need to move back into the state of natural health. And so we're gonna need to address the fact that we have to address our wound in order for them to be healed, and because if we do not, sickness will come as a result to force to catalyze our attention towards our inner self. And so we do not want that. We want to move back into the natural state of bliss and joy, and bring healing wherever we can, bring healing to the planet, bring healing to people, bring healing to ourselves. And so it is something that is an ongoing process. For we work with the energy of Chiron. Chiron is the healer. It is the wisdom of healing, and yet its wisdom does not is not limited to healing, but it is part of its process. So we want to work with that planet. Behind me is a painting that is symbolic painting about our local universe, the great dark matter universe of Nebadon. It's got 100 constellations of a 6 million inhabited world, plus those that were colonized space-bearing civilization. But there is over 6 million planets that are part of this great star cloud, so to speak. And so it is the center is called Jerusalem. It is a celestial. Those that are represented as the center of the constellation and the center of the local universe is the celestial kingdom that were the worlds. With satellites and planets, and they were created, that's called architectural spheres. They were celestial worlds. They were created to administer the realm of time and space, and so they are invisible. They are on a completely higher dimension. But if we would look for in the space localization, the center of our local universe would be somewhere in the Pleiades. And it would be centered on the physical plane as Alcyon, and then there is like a lot of it go around it, and then a whole star class goes around the Sagittarius minor sector of the galaxy. And so those 100 constellations are each of them have a 100 system world. Celestial world that controls the system. Each system has 1,000 inhabited planets. So it is the celestial. It represents the celestial administration of our local universe. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I wanted to bring just a few ideas to say that I always said to follow your inner voice. It's the most important, what is given through the intuition. Of course, I am talking about the voice from the heart. The voice from the heart can be the soul, it can be our spirit guides, it can be other spirits, it can be God, it can be... so there is many guides that can work through that inner voice, and that is how we follow that. It is our guide, it is our compass. We don't need anything else, for that is really the truth. And yet there are many voices within our head. First is the ego. The ego is like the logical, rational mind, that time and space mind that is culturally, physically bounded to this reality. But some people have developed alter ego, which is not very healthy. If you have one, you want to discharge it. It is a voice that's always criticized. No matter what we do, there is always a criticism that comes to say, well, this is not good enough, this is that, has to be disconnected, and then the superego also has to be disconnected. Superego as in I am better than anyone else, and because I am better, I have more right. I have the right to do whatever I want. So the superego is like most of the tyrant of the great superego. It was like Nietzsche, or I think it's Freud who brought it up. But those are not real. Those are part of the illusion of time and space. But the soul of what comes from the heart is really come from the heart. And that is pure, that is true. And so right now from astrological level we just, the sun has moved through the Leo, so the party was been a big party, and now happy birthday to all the Virgos. Now the sun is moving into Virgo, and it's like waking up the next day after a party. We have to clean up everything, reorganize, and so it is important to Virgo is a time to be more analytical, and because in truth, most of what we think is relative to relative. It's like it's just thoughts that go through our heads, but we don't really know the truth. But yet thoughts are attached to feelings. They produce emotions, like they translate through our blood, and they give us sensations. And so sometimes we want to attach our thoughts to that bring good feeling thoughts, or neutral. But anything that bring bad energy, bad feeling, wants to be approached with we do not want to linger with any thoughts that bring us bad feeling within ourselves. And the best way to say something that just want to close with this idea that there is always some we are within the realm of form, but there is the realm of the infinite, and that we do not know, but it is the realm of God. It is our true self is part of that, is connected to that, is that. And in order to realize that, we have to realize that every sound, the words, everything are part of this limited world, and that is really what's conditioned the world. But silence is infinite. It is within silence that we need to find all that we need to, that all will be revealed within silence. For silence is really what we need to discover, makes more silence within our mind. And breathe more, to feel like our breath is just pure white light, and then focus on that and let that expand, and see what comes as a result of this practice that we can do day after day to quiet our mind and to breathe in joy and freedom as much as possible. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Namaste.